Good morning. How we doing? Hope everybody's had a good week. Didn't have any problems. Hopefully you subscribed and went to the website and checked all that out. The website address is up here. It'll also be in the description if you miss it. So we are gonna talk about a movie today. Should say this is the place to find my opinion, find out what my opinion is on all these movies. So anyway, all I can do with this is call them like I see them. This is an older one. Ernest Saves Christmas. When did it come out? I know it's on here. Ernest Saves Christmas. 1988 is when it came out. So this is kind of an old one. The Ernest series was in the 80s. But Ernest Saves Christmas is pretty good. It starts off with him in a cab. As a cab driver drops off a fare, picks up a fare under duress, it looked like to me, well, comically. The fare turned out to be Santa Claus. He was only carrying one bag, red one, because it was time to change out Santa Claus. He was picking his successor, and Ernest, in his usual fashion, stops in the middle of the road to save a Christmas tree that fell off of a Christmas tree truck in the middle of a 4-lane freeway or 5-lane freeway. Crashes are going on all around him, and he doesn't really care. He picks up the Christmas tree, throws it through the back passenger side window. And then they run around all over the place. The guy called Santa Claus goes to a children's shelter trying to find this guy they were looking for, and he's being courted for a TV series. And it just turns into an all-out race against the clock type of movie. Ernest goes home. He goes to Vern's house, breaks a bunch of things at Vern's house, pulls a cord out of the wall. It's really a funny movie. Ernest is kind of a stupid funny movie. If you like that type of thing, I suggest you go find it and watch it I suggest you go watch the whole Ernest series. Ernest Saves Christmas, Ernest Goes to Prison, Ernest does this and this and this. Ernest goes with Vern someplace, But this is a pretty funny, good Christmas movie. It highlights what the belief of Christmas is going to be, and I'm having trouble figuring out what I want to say. I should be smoother than what I'm doing. So anyway, he gets a helper that's run away from home to help him save Christmas. A young lady or young girl, whatever, 16, I think she was in the movie, somewhere in that area. They take Santa's bag. They try to figure out how the magic works on Santa's bag, take parts or toys and stuff out of it, looking for something valuable. She does. His assistant does. They run around. Then Santa finally meet the guy that his replacement. He tries to talk to him and talks him into taking over. And then the guy has to think about it. He goes and does the TV show with his beard on, comes back, shaves his beard when Santa Claus finds him again at his house. And then towards the end of the movie, he decides he wants to take it, and Ernest barely shows up with the reindeer. It's a lot of special effects. It did pretty good for the year they made the movie, because they were still on film at the time they made this movie. So this movie runs 92 minutes. It was music by Mark Show, Peter Stain, and it was by Buena Vista Pictures Distribution, and it was released November 11th, 1988. It's English, of course, and then it was $6.5 million. They cost to make it, which you wouldn't think so, but it did cost that kind of money to make it. Then at the box office, it made 28.2 million. Not a very big budget film, but it's really a funny movie. I mean, for a stupid comedy like that. Well, anyway, so it seemed to be a fun movie. Um, I still can't get very long movie reviews out of this thing, but I liked it. I mean, I'm probably biased because I probably like it because I grew up with it and watching the Ernest series. But it is a Christmas movie, and I did talk about it, and and it's one of those things that you kind of remember from younger because I took a lot of dates to this type of movie, Ernest and funny movies. It was usually a double feature, but what can you do? It's a good night, a good way to spend a couple hours or an hour in this case, just watching the movies and talking about what's going on. So anyway, make sure you go over to the website and put your name put your email address in the subscription box or the email box so you can get the newsletter and know when things are published. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, which I doubt not half of you will that watch it, but then like I said in the last video, sometime around the first of the year, I'm going to change up venues and see if something else on this channel will catch your interest, because doing product review didn't seem to do the trick. Movies don't seem to be doing the trick. Talking about movies, talking about my personal problems don't seem to be doing the trick, even though it was wrong. And I just saw on the news that there was a big hurricane on the East Coast that took out Amazon buildings and all kinds of senior living centers. It took out lots of houses, it took out a whole town. And it was on the ground for more than 2.5 states and 15 or 20 hours, the longest it's ever been, longest a hurricane's been. And Joe Biden, as stupid as he is, he blamed global warming on the hurricane being on the ground. It's not global warming whatsoever. Anyway, so the GoFundMe page. Well, Joe Biden's an idiot anyway. He's got dementia. We all know that. So anyway, so the GoFundMe page ends. Probably changed to something else, but it ends July 4th, whether it does anything or not, because that's my date to get that thing to work. And if not, I'll have to leave the state and move to another state, maybe in the hurricane-torn areas, so that I can buy a cheap house. So I'd have to get a house if I would buy one for under $50,000, and you can't do that in Nevada. The cheapest house I found here in Nevada, Reno area, is $380,000. Average 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in a homeowners association goes for about $500,000. But I don't want to be in a homeowners association or HOA because they just cause too many problems, and you can't really change the way your yard looks on a whim. You got to go put in petitions and all that. And every year I want to change the way the front yard looks. Maybe I want cactus for a year or 4 or 5 years, or maybe I want to take out the shrubs for rose bushes. They just don't let you do stuff like that, or change the color of the house from off-white to baby blue or red or even pink. So around Reno, to get a house that's not in an HOA and is decent enough size that I can actually do something, it's going to cost right around $1 million to get the house and property. And the property would be a bonus. I'm not really interested in the property unless I can get, 2 or 3,000 acres. That way I can start start raising cattle for the food production here in the States. But, I can't get a loan or get help to do that. So what am I supposed to do about that? Excuse me here. And I really don't know if anybody's watching these videos or not, really. I keep getting a bunch of people showing, but I don't think they're going all the way to the end. So, like I say, go over to the website, and I showed you at the beginning of the video, and put your name and email so that you become a subscriber. That's not really doing as good as I wanted to do, so. And I haven't bought any product for it because I don't have any real space to put it. That's another reason why I want the GoFundMe page to go, so I can get product and stuff for the website and actually have a room to store it in before I ship it. But I may have to do some drop shippers and get some on-demand type products that I can get, like t-shirts or hats, and we'll see what happens there in that neighborhood. I've got a dry throat for some reason. Anyway, so it looks like this is going to be a short video, and it's probably just mostly me just going crazy here. So anyway, we'll talk to you later, and take care and be safe and behave, and oh yeah.